Andiamo avanti con i piccoli avvistamenti di questo canale. Lo uso spesso, mi piace. Poi se sono veri o non sono veri, quello non ve lo so dire, però sono simpatici anche da vedere. Un po' diverso da quello che si trova sempre in rete, cosine abbastanza stuzzicanti. Va bene, partiamo col vedere questo primo video. L'ho lasciato in lingua, non ho messo la traduzione perché sennò poi mi viene da ridere, perché la traduzione fa veramente cagare, per cui buona visione, signori.
Can you even zoom in on that thing?
What the fuck?
That is some weird shit.
Mira, 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 Katy, como se ve aquí en la pantalla.
Before starting, if you enjoyed the video later on, please hit the like button and subscribe. I would be really grateful to have you.
Pubblicità al canale.
On January
Che ci sta.
28th, a footage was shared that was recorded over the Netherlands. While they were at their home, two men saw an anomaly or object in the sky. At first, they thought it could be a plane, but the way it was flying looked very strange, almost like an invisible vehicle moving through the air.
Rechts. Dat is een UFO. Zie, die komt niet hangen. Die komt niet hangen omdat wij Jezus Christus zeggen. Jezus Christus. Jezus Christus. Jeroen, die reageert erop. Oh my god. Oh what the fuck? What the fuck? Jezus Christus.
In the spotlight.
Jeroen, dat is een UFO. Oh my god. Jezus Christus, Galactische Federatie. Hallo? Kijk Jeroen, er zit niets tussen.
The object had very basic lights that at first sight no one would even notice. Although it was night, the sky was very bright, yet the object itself was not visible at all. It almost felt like there was no physical presence between the lights. From the way it looked and moved, it appeared as if a vehicle was passing on a road, but instead it was flying in the sky with an invisible body. You can also hear the shock in their voices. The object looked as big as a plane, but it didn't make sense for it to be one. What do you think it is? And why isn't it visible? This next video was recently posted on January 30th, 2026. A couple was at their home when they captured two very strange things that didn't make any sense. Have a look, and you'll understand what I'm talking about.
Can you even zoom in on that thing? Yeah, but look. Why is that plane so...
Cioè, guardate che figata. Sotto c'è l'aeroplano, cioè.
low?
E comunque è fermo nel cielo, eh.
The first odd thing was the object flashing lights. At first, it did look like a drone, but every time the light flashed, the object seemed to disappear and then reappear again.
Questo è bello.
It almost looked like the object was using some kind of stealth mode with each flash of light. But that's not all. As you heard, the
Abbastanza
lady was also
credibile.
confused about an airplane flying very low, especially since there was no airport nearby.
Yeah, but look. Why is that plane so low?
And even if there was an airport,
Il peccato,
flying
ragazzi,
drones
che
near airports is highly restricted.
oggi non mi stuferò mai
So
di
what is
dirlo.
really happening here? It's completely mind-bending.
Con la I
The
puoi
small
fare
object
tutto
could
quello
be a
che vuoi.
UFO, but what do you say? Is it just an illusion, or do you have another explanation?
Guardalo che arriva lì.
Up next, in 2025,
Con la I riesci a fare tutto quello che vuoi oggi e purtroppo non è più come qualche anno fa che te ne accorgevi che era fatto con la I. Oggi fai veramente fatica a capire se è fatto con l'intelligenza artificiale o no. Quindi diamo per scontato, per buono, che alcuni siano veri. Perché oggi, credetemi, è difficile, per me non te ne rendi conto se è fatto con l'intelligenza artificiale o no, perché siamo arrivati a livelli abbastanza alti, Cioè, e se pensiamo che più si va avanti e la cosa migliora, allora lì penso che non so se andrò avanti a fare questi video, perché comunque se li dai per scontati per fake, ci vorrebbero dei testimoni, tanti testimoni che confermano di aver visto quella cosa. Comunque, scusate, la mia riflessione. Andiamo avanti.
Drive over Alabama, a man went hiking in the hills to record nature and beautiful scenery. During that time, he recorded a random white disc-shaped object landed in the middle of a large forest in a very strange way.
What the fuck, dude? What the fuck?
Vedete, questo
Just floating there. What the fuck?
è già più il tipo che ride e rido anch'io, ma è già più credibile, perché comunque lui è stato furbo, ha messo la mano. Mettendo la mano, lì è già un po' più difficile usare l'intelligenza artificiale per fare certi trucchetti. È stato furbo.
It looks the same from every point, and I've been walking quite a bit now.
The object was white and round, shaped like a disc or saucer. It becomes even stranger when you think about what it could be. A man-made object? Because why would something like that be in the middle of a forest where not a single person lives? The shape also raises more questions, as many people in the past have reported UFOs landing in forests or near trees. There's a high chance that this object could be something else entirely. It appeared to be hovering above the trees with no movement. But do you think it's really a UFO or not? Up next, I'm sure you haven't seen an orb UFO like this before. In 2024 over Peru, a person recorded a bright white object beaming a laser both upward and downward. But when he zoomed in, he saw something he never expected.
Puede que sea el día de la independencia hoy día, weón, va a quedar la cagada que se van a enfrentar, weón. No será Goku, weón, que está haciendo la Genkidama, weón. Mira, weón. Voy a darle todo el aumento por los 126, le dan.
Maravilla.
Mira, 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 Cali, cómo se ve aquí en la pantalla. Ven a ver, culeo, mira cómo se ve aquí en la pantalla. Es un triángulo, weón, mira.
The man knew it wasn't anything normal. It was already strange when the laser appeared, but when he zoomed in on the object, the shape looked like a classic triangle. This could be one of the rarest footages where we see an orb appearing in a triangular shape with its original essence. The camera was trying to focus, and we could even see some details on the object. It's very possible that it could be a UFO appearing like an orb, or an orb appearing like a UFO. But the laser raises more questions than answers. Why was that laser there? And what exactly is the object? Up next, this one doesn't have many details,
Questa mi
and only a date
sembra,
shared from 2022.
beh, per chi può avere anche la mia età, che passa ai 50, potrebbe ricordare l'astronave di Capitan Harlock. Quindi vedo molto improbabile, però tanta roba, eh.
When a video surfaced showing a possible, very crazy, and unbelievable looking spacecraft traveling in our atmosphere.
Emette anche rumore, come un aereo. Ma guarda che cazzo è. Oh, fermo, ti prego. Cioè, guarda che cos'è. E mi stupisco anche che riesca a volare, perché non ha una aerodinamica da aereo con ali per planare, cioè poi io non sono un tecnico, però boh, è strano,
This video sparked a lot of debate because it looks very clear, but also unbelievable at the same time. One thing people often ask
Strano
is
forte.
why we don't believe clear footage, even without trying to double check or verify it. Yet at the same time, we complain that UFO footage is always blurry. Now, because of AI and advanced editing, it's even harder to find authentic clips. I'm sharing this because I personally find it intriguing. I'm not a CGI or AI expert, and I don't always know whether something is real or fake. That's why these videos are shared, to spark conversation and filter out the real ones. This object truly looks insane, and almost too good to be true. But do you think there's any
Anche
chance
quelle
it could be
fiamme
real?
che ha dietro sono
Up
strane.
next, another old video from Peru, where a man driving his car accidentally recorded a classic flat UFO flying as if it were completely normal.
Boh, qua potrei dire che è un fake e la prova ce l'abbiamo che tutti i passanti non si meravigliano, cioè come lo vede lui dovrebbero vederlo anche gli altri mezzi, invece è come se non ci fosse nulla, per cui già per questo io lo darei per un fake. Cioè vedi questo in moto
I say this is not AI because this video is
Andato
very
via.
old, from a time before AI was available.
Cioè, non c'è gente che
It
si
also looks
ferma per vedere
authentic from every
l'oggetto.
perspective. The object doesn't resemble any commercial drone, plane, or known flying object. It was
Sembrerebbe
flying
questo
silently
qui con la
and moving
moto.
forward, not just
Però-
hovering. According to the Post, the car followed the UFO for a while until the object suddenly increased its speed and disappeared. This may not be overwhelming footage, but if it's real, then it could be one of the greatest pieces of evidence. I'll leave the final decision to you. Over the USA, during a flight at high altitude above the clouds near sunset, pilots recorded something that shouldn't have
Questa è
been there.
un'immagine già
The
vista,
footage shows 3 rows
Poi
of
se
lights
sia
with no visible object.
nuova o vecchia non lo so, però è già stata vista. Sono le famose flottiglie.
I don't know what that is.
Vedi anche
That
oggi.
is some weird shit.
Oggi ragazzi è veramente difficile, al di fuori dell'intelligenza artificiale, questi potrebbero essere i droni, quelli che fanno volare informazione per dare delle forme. Oggi, capito, potrebbe essere tanta roba, una volta ti stupivi, oggi ti stupisci di meno perché sono cose che siamo capaci a realizzarle. Poi se questi sono droni o no, non ve lo so dire, però...
Linia 2735, Ho Chi Minh 120, Decimal 7, good day. Ho Chi Minh 120.7, good day, Linia 2735.
At first, they looked like white lights and almost seemed like satellites. But we all know satellites cannot fly or float in the sky like that, as they are far above Earth's atmosphere. If this isn't something
droni
normal, then
possono
it's not
fare
drones
questi
either,
effetti,
because drones cannot fly that high. The most possible scenario again points toward mysterious UFOs flying in
Addirittura si
formation.
spengono
The
tutti
confusion in
e
the
poi
pilots'
fanno
voices
delle
makes it
forme.
feel more credible, as if they were seeing something like this for the first time.